No, it's $9.
Oh, that's a good game. Is that a flamer? Yeah, it's a flamer. Hey guys, what's going on here? Today it's me, SM, the Fallout professional. I mean, I think that clearly there are people that are better than me at Fallout, but I am a Fallout professional. Fuck, I've only played all of them, including those weird point and click Fallout 1 and 2, Fallout Tactics, and Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. I have played every Fallout game. At least those are the Fallout games I've played. The only Fallout game I've never actually played was Fallout 76 and Fallout Shelter. Oh, fuck ass. So I'm in these really long loading screens here. We'll be in there just shortly. But yeah, guys, I've been playing some Grand Theft Auto on my content because I know there's a very popular, Grand Theft Auto is a very popular game. Nothing really too exciting there, though. Nothing like worth watching, but just for people that want to see Grand Theft Auto gameplay, it's now there on the channel. I'm going to revert back to playing Doom. I know I've talked about this on the channel, but it is something that I want to actually further indulge myself in. But first, we gotta find Gage. We gotta find Porter Gage. Which leaves a lot of questions that I have. Shit. So, Slayer, what level are you in Fallout?
I don't remember.
What kind of character were you building?
I really never thought about like building a certain character. I just played Fallout more for fun. But I think I'm like level 30 in the game.
Gage.
I haven't really been playing Fallout a lot. Mostly just been playing Red Dead.
Yep. Yeah, now, I have tried to stream a lot, but recently, guys, my channel has had a lot of errors when I go to broadcast my gameplay. For whatever reason, so if it all of a sudden cuts out, that's due to an error that actually occurred on my GTA stream earlier. Which is a real shame. Alright, so now we got Porter Cage. I don't know what the affinity is exactly, but I mean, like, it must be high. Like, the level of affinity must be high. So, granted, his perk will allow me to get 10% more XP for every kill, and I also get 10 damage resistance. If you couple that with my toughness 5, that would be 60 damage resistance. That's a lot of damage being resisted. So light attacks from light enemies. Oh, it's like being shot by a BB gun. It literally makes the game easy. But the only problem I have with that is, yeah, it's just, I know it can be a bit much to run. The happiness at the slog is only 15%. Let's go see what we can do to make these people happier. So I don't want to lose allyship with these settlements. $39 for a fucking magazine. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Okay. So their water is low. Resources, water. It requires power, so what we'll do is build a power generator. I need rubber and copper.
There we go.
Now I just need a little bit of copper. So, I don't do a lot of settlement building. What the fuck is all that? The villagers have a flamer? Holy shit. Bro, what the fuck? Homie G just pulled out a flamethrower. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense that this would be a high target area. They're right next to the Forge's headquarters, which is right there at that, like, Iron Forge. So these guys have access to a lot of flame weapons, like Molotov cocktails and like flamethrowers and stuff. Yeah, they're just a pain in the ass. Is there anything that I could get with copper? Is there anything that has copper around here? You know? Because I really want to keep this settlement. I really like this place. And I do believe in the Brotherhood of Steel, but I also believe like ghouls that are not feral shouldn't be treated as monstrosities, because like if they have like humanity, then they're just like you and I. The only thing I don't agree with are synths. Except for Curie, because she was not originally a synth. She was originally a Mrs. Nanny bot that's been modified for scientific purposes. So she wanted a body so she can conduct more scientific research. Her interests are not with the synth interests. So that's kind of where I draw the line. So, you know, as far as that goes, if anyone asks, like, you know, oh well, Curie's a synth. Oh, and you don't like synths. You know, so that's sort of, I don't want to say my excuse, but in a way it sort of is. Okay, sweet. So how much electricity is required for the water fountain? 2. This will generate up to 3, and we can place it right at the edge of the pool. But bada bing! Happiness is slightly going up. Now defenses, you know, these people are going to need to defend themselves somehow. Now granted, I mean, you know, these turrets are pretty good at providing a solid defense. And we don't want to destroy anything we don't have to. But as far as the steel goes in this whole operation, I'm just going to go ahead and assume like some of these like useless barrels, stuff that means nothing, like this barrel over here. And then now we just need some oil. And I think I know where to get some oil here. Right there. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and build one of these like heavy, alright, we'll build one of these light turrets. We'll actually go ahead and place it right here. Now these things do not require electricity, so you do not have to worry about that. Now we'll provide some extra defense. So it is only 5 defense, and granted they're going to be up against flamethrowers, but flamethrowers against metal? Yeah, I don't really think so. I don't really think that it is that big of a threat, so to speak, you know? Whereas something like, okay, so this thing over here. So, yeah, no, we are going to actually build a guard post right here. And then we're going to build, I don't know, one of these guard posts like right here. And granted, these people are not very like powerful by any means, but as far as defenses go, so yeah, they are a little bit susceptible to attacks from this side of like the farm. But I'm looking at just getting some establishments set up here, like, you know, getting these people established in that sort of sense. This will produce 6 defense. I don't know. I don't know what to do. There's gotta be people that don't do anything. Like, these people all are tending to the crops. So their crop production, their food and water is no longer a big deal. We've solved that problem. However, I think we can increase their water amount. By adding 3 water pumps out here. So that way 3 people can get water. And while we're at it, we might as well even get people involved with doing scrap. So extra salvaging production will actually give us more supplies to actually work with. This guy is currently unassigned.
Hello? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Sorry, didn't mean to ignore you. Just got caught up in my work again. So, what do you think? Nice, isn't she?
Okay. Assign you over here. And assign you flamethrower. send you over there. So now my defense is at 9. So overall, I had fixed the problem here. I had given them extra power resources. I've given them... Yeah, nothing is going to actually increase the size of this little area unless we place down like a beacon thing or whatever. But what I really like about this place is you got this area over here, which I don't know exactly what this place was or what its intention was. But whatever the case, I can already kind of assume what it was. I'm going to say maybe the water level was higher and they used to jump off these things, because as you can clearly see within like this ruins. Yeah, well, no. Maybe not. I don't know. Because if we look down here at like the edge of this place, I can see there being water levels up to here at least, which would still not be safe enough to jump off these things, but I don't know what exactly in the world these things are, actually. So maybe these things are... I don't know. They're not diving boards, that's for sure. Maybe, like, people would jump off of gliders? No? That wouldn't make sense. I don't know. Now this area is a playground. Maybe people used to just prop up a chair or something and just stare at the city. I don't know. It's hard to say, because I don't know everything. But regardless, we like to discover things. We're going down to University Point. We might find something out there, potentially. Again, just trying to raise up the affinity level so I can get Porter Gage's perk before I betray all the bandits and free Nuka World. It would have been really cool if they actually gave me a really powerful perk by doing that. Potentially, like, extra experience gained and, I don't know, 50 more health or something like that. Would have been really cool, because 50. Always grab pre-war money. This place would be immune to robbery from this point, because there's no room for you to, there's just a waiting area. Like, there's no way for you to actually get back there behind the desk. I mean, I guess in real life, I guess all you'd have to do is shoot through the glass and then just jump through. But something's telling me
Terminal's gotta be somewhere.
So it looks like they have potentially a hidden entry point here. Hey, what's up, Brad?
Oh, nothing.
I'm just trying to get into this, just trying to get into this, what do you call it? This bank in Fallout.
Yes.
What the hell? Holy shit.
Hey, boss. You want to rest for a minute? This would be a good place to do it. Hey. What? You got something for me, boss? Just wanted to check in. Make sure we're doing okay. Bet there's a whole lot of people right now. Sorry. Easy. Yeah, damn good.
That's really difficult. There we go.
Sweet. Nice.
There it is.
Got it.
Okay, so it looks like the government was doing something back here. Something happened here, possibly from the bombs dropping. But it appears that this place was utilized for weapon research behind the bank vaults. I guess it would be extremely secure. Potentially, they took students from University Point, which is where we're at, which is a college in Fallout 4. And potentially, the prototype Up 77 Limitless Potential is the weapon here.
Nice.
And it literally says unlimited ammo capacity, meaning that your ammo, how many rounds you have, is infinite. So you have a limited potential of DPS because you have unlimited ammo to utilize. Now, granted, this is in its prototype stage, so you know you'll still be able to utilize it, but you know this weapon. The prototype Up 77 Limitless Potential if you put on a stronger, like a boosted capacitor or a max or a what do you call it? If you put on the overcharged capacitor, it doesn't matter because you have infinite ammo. But you'd basically make it 78 damage, and you would add the improved automatic barrel, and you'd constantly keep doing things that would increase the damage. It's actually not that bad of a weapon, really, in all consideration. Just as a weapon to have, it's pretty cool. And considering that you have to go through quite some trouble to get it, for one, you actually have to pick a lock, or you have to hack 2 terminals, come down here, pick a master lock, and then go all the way down there. So yeah, these are the 2 terminals you hack. That one and the door in here. So yeah, it was definitely a pretty neat find. Definitely really important you guys check out every little location. And if you remember, guys, the reason what makes Fallout still able to be played after you've beaten the game, after you've been to all these locations, is seeing locations you couldn't access, whether it's because you couldn't have the luck picking, whether you didn't have enough bobby pins to pick all the locks, or you didn't have the skill to pick it, or you didn't have the skill to hack it, or have a teammate with you willing to hack it. Then you might come back later with the following stuff you needed toward the later game, and you might be able to uncover items that you could have acquired earlier in the game had you had those skills. So coming across and exploring everything is actually pretty fun. And then even then, there's still a lot of quests to be, you know, completed and stuff. Okay. Let's go this way. Yes. Now we do have the advanced 2-shot shotgun, which is actually my most overpowered weapon in the game currently. And it does an insane amount of DPS. Granted, the chance of this thing even dropping is significantly low. I don't even know how I was lucky enough to even get it. Possibly due to having high luck increases drop chances of good legendary effects that would otherwise be harder to get, potentially. But then again, it's kind of an iffy sort of subject matter here. So we're just going to explore this part, because again, we are missing so many like magazines and other stuff. Hey Slayer.
Yeah.
How overpowered do you think my character is? Yeah. I'm level 71, let's go. I have a lot of options here as to what I could do or what I should do, but honestly, guys, I'm gonna go with another gunslinger. Fuck it. That's the path I wanted to go. Hey, it's fine too. So now my gun does 103 damage. Hey, what do you know? I finally did it. My handgun does more than 100. I thought it would be a little bit less. I wonder what my Kellogg's pistol does. Holy shit, the Kellogg's pistol does 202 damage? Holy fuck. It's important I get all that high damage in. Hey Slayer.
That's it.
You know I was going to be on the news today?
Who's gonna be on the news?
Me. I was going to be on TV. My new job. On my new job, a local news station was doing a segment in the store. And, I was supposed to be a part of it, originally. But what ended up happening was I was only scheduled for 3:30 instead of 4. So by the time they got there at like 2:58, you know what I mean? I'd only had like 30 minutes left, and when they were setting up all the equipment and stuff like that, and we were like going over what we were supposed to do, like because see, everyone had a segment like the rentals, and then someone else was doing the stair lift, you know, demonstrating it and sort of advertising it or whatever. So it'll actually be on the air. You might even see me in the background, but apart from that, I was supposed to talk on there in front of a camera, and it would be pretty much, it's not live, it's recorded, and then they're going to edit it and, you know, cut out most of the raw footage and then make it to where they need it to fit their news segment for however long they need the footage or whatever. And so, yeah, that was supposed to be the plan, but I had to go. But I got to meet them, and I got to like to meet the lady that was recording, or the whatever you call her, the lady that talks, asks questions, like an interview almost. The anchor. Yeah.
Sweet.
And all I can say from that is the news anchors are a lot prettier in person than they are on the camera. But, yeah, no, I mean, it was pretty cool, man. It's unfortunate that I wouldn't be on camera, though.
Nice.
What happened to you, buddy?
Can't open it from this end.
I believe there was a magazine up here, but I had probably already gotten it when I went to originally ransack the place. It looks like I missed a lot of shit.
Hey, I'm gonna get off, dude.
Okay, man.
Later.
Later. Alright, so he had to get off.
That's it.
I wonder with my powerful... I bet you my 10mm pistol would actually be stronger than my deliverer. And the main reason I'm saying that is actually because of the fact that the deliverer does less damage than the 10mm pistol initially, but it takes the same ammo. But also because the 10mm pistols, I believe that the deliverer only comes as the deliverer. No other pistol is like this. This like really cool Makarov or Walther style pistol. It's not some James Bond shit, but it does 203 damage, topping out. Which honestly, fam, to be brutally honest with you guys, it's not that bad. It's actually significantly good, considering that I don't like how it does that. Makes it seem like there's like a hidden door or something behind here. See how it like inserts in? I don't like that.
Gotta find the terminal.
Okay. First, I want to say I'm sorry, Dad. I knew I was onto something big, and thought I'd see what a trader would pay if I found it. I had no idea that the Institute would be after any of this. And now the whole town is in trouble. I know you told me not to worry, but I just know that the town is going to vote to throw us out, or worse. I wasn't lying when I said I didn't have the data, despite what Mr. Owens and his cronies think. That's why I have to go back in. I know the key is in there. I just need to put the pieces together. It's something with that professor. If I can find it, maybe I can give the Institute what they want, and they'll just leave us alone.
And someone died up here.
Doors chained up on the other end.
Attacking human.
Hey, need something from me? More than happy to hold all the expenses stuff.
So just the advanced 10mm pistol actually does 74 damage. That's also not counting the other version, the one that does 25% more damage. Well, actually, if that's the case, if it only does 75, then the Deliverer is like top notch when it comes down to like suppressed damage and shit. Shit, guys. Tomorrow I'm gonna make some Doom streams because, of course, I am. Alright guys, so we're just going to have to take another peek around this room just to get a taste of what it is that we'll be doing. Did he actually fall down? Oh my god, he actually fell down there, look at him. Haha, that's funny. Maybe they'll have to go this way.
I've seen gangs trash.
Yeah, no, can't. There's nothing out here for us.
Got it. Hey. Yeah. What's going on, boss? I just wanted to know how you think we're doing. I'd say we're doing pretty good, boss. Things keep going along like this. I ain't gonna have any complaints.
This is the bank area.
Okay, just say it right into the little box here. This is a recording of the Ladies' Watch Auxiliary of Boston. Say your name, precious. Jenny! Oh, right. This is Jenny.
Sweetie.
Okay, sweetheart. And what are we doing tonight? No, honey, the other thing.
Oh, right. We're catching bad guys. Aunt Becca, is Uncle Jake a bad guy?
Only when he's had too much juice, princess. Now grab your coat, we're heading out.
Boston accent. It's pretty cool.
Yes. Heads up. What you need? Look alive, Gage. Hey, boss. What can I do for you? Are things all right between us? Been a damn fun ride so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of trouble we can get into next.
speakeasy. Hmm. Now I've been down and through here.
Broken.
Assuming this is where they were making like some of the supplies for their moonshine for their speakeasy. And watch this. All I have to do is save. Well, not save, but wait like 1 hour. Then pick another lock. I'll get more affinity with him. That's ultimately the whole goal. Watch. Gauge like that. We just keep doing that shit until we actually get him to max out full affinity. Because once we do that, then we take 10% less damage. Plus, killing people or killing creatures or whatever gives us more XP. At this stage in the game, leveling up quicker is going to be more efficient because I really want to max out all my stats. Just to sort of prove a point here with building a good character. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and save real quick, because
got it.
and see, now what we're doing is we're just chipping and chipping and chipping away at that affinity bar.
That's it.
Like, we gotta be making some sort of progress out here.
Heads up. Yeah. How can I help, boss? Is everything okay between us? Been a damn fun ride so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of trouble
This is such a cheese dick thing we're doing out here, but hey. We don't have to romance him. We are gonna romance Curie. Curie and Kate.
Keep it clean, Boston. Please dispose of food waste in the marked receptacle. To avoid delays, do not hold the door. To avoid delays, do not hold the door.
That's it. Look alive.
Everything okay, boss?
Is everything okay between us?
I'd say we're doing pretty good.
Didn't say you liked that though. I ain't tripping about it.
For your safety, do not lean against doors.
You know where you're going in here, boss. A whole lot of these tunnels. I forgot about that.
For your safety, do not lean against doors.
$98 damage? I thought it was 103. I mean, it's close enough, but I mean, still. How many bottle caps do I have? 42,000 bottle caps. Like, bruh. Alright, I'm out of drink, guys, so... I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna get me something else to drink, because I'm a lot of drink. I'll be back. Alright, guys. We're back. We got plenty to drink. I've given up on this inaccessible door bullshit. Maybe it's a side quest or something. Might even potentially even be a companion quest or something. Or maybe it was part of the railroad or something. I don't know. There could be a number. I think it might be a railroad quest that we may not have been able to complete due to the fact that we killed them off too early, which really sucks. But yeah, you live and you learn. There's always room for another playthrough, but we ain't got time for all that. That's a lot of time. A lot of time. I also put away my dishes, as well as I picked up a couple, some trash off my floor. You don't want trash to pile, and when you see a little bit of clutter, you tend to I tend to move it out of the way. And I don't tend to notice it when I'm gaming because I sit down, I'll eat, and then I'll throw something in the trash, and then I'll get lazy and eventually start like placing things out of order. And then one thing leads to another, and I end up with a little bit of clutter. So then what I do is I sort through the clutter. The next two companions I want to max affinity for is Nick Valentine and or what's his face, Paladin Dance. Paladin Dance because he's gonna make endgame so easy. Nick Valentine, I think he helps me out with my hacking. And there's a lot of safes I didn't crack open quite yet.
Sweet.
Gage also did not like that. Is it potentially possible? Have I actually reached max affinity with him? And just have not. And he just has not approached me about it?
Look alive. What's up? How can I help, boss? I just wanted to know. I'd say we're doing pretty good, boss. Keep going along like
And so, you know, fun fact, fun conversations bit segment. Someone had asked me, because they're not familiar with Fallout, they asked me if the ghouls are zombies, and I said basically, it's basically humans that have been overly radiated by the radiation from the bombs dropping. That pretty much what ended up happening was, long story short. Yeah, they just become infected with radiation. And so they're like, oh, okay. And so with that sort of explained, they sort of just were curious as to how they become ghouls, like feral ghouls, if it's not by some sort of virus. I don't know.
Hey, need something from me?
Yeah, I need you to get off your ass. Alright, we know we just saved.
Got it.
Gauge like that, okay. So no, we did not reach max affinity in.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, boss. What can I do for you? I wanted to know where things stand between us. I'd say we're doing pretty good, boss. Keep going along like this. I ain't gonna have any complaints. You need carrots. Say the word. Everything okay, boss?
Are things all right between us?
Been a damn fun ride so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do.
Can we trade a few things? Hey there.
You showed up just in the nick of time.
What did they want?
They were raiders. What do you think they want? Everything we've got. Maybe also kill us all. Worse. Anyway, we appreciate the help.
Heads up. Hey, Gage.
You got something for me, boss? That's it. Got it.
3,500 rounds. I have 7,050 rounds. 7,050 whole rounds for my explosive submachine gun. Once. Man, I gotta go take a shower. Lucky Common put some Fallout 3. Or some New Vegas.
Yes.
Hold up. If our ammo is what it says it is, let's look. So 38 rounds, I have 5,538 rounds. To be honest, I'm surprised I don't have 60,000 rounds at 38 special. Just so I could just mag dump after mag dump of the full auto pipe pistol. Because I guarantee you when I get it fully upgraded, it's still gonna do jack shit. Now, I do have 44 Magnum rounds. I only have 631, but for 45 ACP, I got 7,000. 4570 Big Bore, I only have 172. 50 cal, 600. 10 millimeter, 1,500. Electromagnetic cartridge, I have 1,057. 5.56, I have 3,000 rounds of 5.56. 5 millimeter, I have 7,849 rounds. 7.62 by 39, or 7.62 by 39 millimeter, AK rounds. These big fat boys. 2,245. Alien blaster rounds. These are excruciatingly rare, but I have 336. Cannonballs, I have 6. Cryocells, 13. Flamer fuel, this is 1,350. 3 flares, 13 fusion cells, these little boys. 3,957 fusion cores, big boys. They're up to 100 charges per one. So they work like 100 round mags. If you had 3 of these, that's 300 whole rounds into a Gatling laser, but unfortunately, the game's not cool. There is this fusion core, which is separate from this fusion core because I've used this fusion core. It's like 90 out of 100 charge. That's cool. And same thing with this one, it's 90 out of 100. Gamma rounds. These are very rare. I don't regularly use these things, but I have 504. I have 47 harpoons, which is not too bad. I have 39 mini nukes, not too bad. Missiles, I have 189, so yeah, if I needed rockets, I got them. Plasma cartridges, 945, right? I'm looking to get about 2,400 plasma cartridges just to say I have it. I at least want to have over 6,000 general ammo at all times, just so I could have ammo to waste. Railway spikes, only 187. Shotgun shells, 1,301. The nice thing about shotgun shells, Well, if you also look at my stats, I have ridiculously high stats. I really want to get that 13 charisma just so I can get cheap ass prices at the stores, because I'm a cap hound as well as I am an ammo hound. Perks, though, on the other hand, when I get all the perk mags in the game, as well as all like the little bobblehead perk bonuses and everything else, every little tiny bonus. Unstoppable. Getting all these, I will have an official 5% chance of not even taking damage, which is excruciatingly rare, but considering my high luck, this is going to actually increase this. So I think I might even have a chance of it being pretty much barely invincible after getting Porter Cage's perks. His one perk he gives you is that you will take 10% less damage from combat. Now, I wish it was also deal an additional 5% damage with everything in combat as well, because that would have seriously made some of my weapons in my arsenal just that much more overpowered. And even some of the lesser stuff hit a little bit harder just to close the gap on the ghouls and other enemies, and even to help kill the bigger enemies a little bit easier. But whatever. My action points regenerates faster. My health is below 25%. This is the good clutch skill. Toughness 5, get 50 damage resistance. Energy weapons inflict 5% critical damage. Getting Tesla Science maxed out would make it do an additional 50%, right? No, it does 45 more critical damage with energy-based weapons. So, I don't really use a lot of energy-based weapons, but the plasma sniper rifle with a really high-powered receiver, that could be excruciatingly deadly on a critical headshot hit. Excruciatingly critical. My sneak, I want to get this up to at least rank 4. So I already have it at rank 1. But 50% harder to detect, plus all the other like sub perks you get, like no longer being able to trigger floor-based traps, and also while sneaking, enemies no longer trigger mines while I'm sneaking, and also running no longer adversely affects stealth. This makes gameplay passively easier. Now this one, engaging in stealth causes distant enemies to lose you. This perk, as well as they should have gave a smaller perk like enemies at medium range enemies have a general harder time seeing you, it would have actually made this whole setup here just that much more overpowered. I wish there was more stealth-based mini skills, like Chameleon or something like that, where if you stand still, you're 50% harder to see and detect. So it's like if you're stealthing, you just stand still from a medium range, enemies won't even see you, and then, I don't know. Increased speech challenge success chance. Do 10% hand-to-hand damage. If I have no caps at all, if I have 100 caps, my strength and endurance go up by 3 points. Cautionary crafts get a 5% bonus to explosive damage, and do 25% knife and switchblade damage. Honestly, bladed bravado, or whatever it is, yeah, bladed bravado. It's actually really overpowered, especially with something like the Throat Slicer, with maximum upgrades to your melee damage from big leagues, you could easily be dealing close to like 190 damage per slice plus bleed damage per second. You can very easily turn that into something extremely overpowered. Very, very easily. And the nice thing about maining and melee weapons for a little bit, instead of using guns, you could actually save more ammo. You can actually get more ammo because melee weapons don't use ammo. So if you're in a stockpiling mood and just want to stockpile general ammo, like I stockpile on stockpiling, so for this, it's another form of stockpiling. Oh, and as for caps, if you absolutely don't want caps, you can just get pre-war money. It's the same thing, but better. Because every stack of pre-war money is worth 8 caps. So having 889 pretty much, I don't know. It's a lot of caps. But having a higher barter and speech check, I think you can even make them even worth a little bit more, maybe even 10. And so if you get like, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 pre-war money, because it doesn't weigh anything, then if you get like 2,000 to 3,000 and they're worth 8, you're talking 16,000 caps. And whilst to me that's like a decent portion, like to me that's a decent amount of caps. That's enough caps for you to beat the game very quickly and very easily by obtaining certain items. But I have 43,000 caps. So for me, that's a large chunk. If I ever wanted to cash it out, yeah, I mean, I'd get a few extra 1,000 caps. No big deal, but I mean, I'm collecting hundreds and hundreds of caps. That's what really matters, because those smaller purchases close the gap on various things. Now, the gold watches are worth 40 apiece, and having 11 of them, 440 caps, but really selling them's no real purpose to it. I don't know. But again, when you're not playing with like mods, you'll also notice like the game gets a little bit harder. Depending on what mods you have installed. The only mods I will ever recommend people to download are community patches for various glitches and problems into the state of the game. See, I had actually had a problem occur to me. I actually had to mod my game once. Not for this playthrough, but once before I had to. Because there was this weird glitch where if you activate rad X, and if you ever get stabbed by a weird, like those blood bug things, it will have an adverse effect where it will actually decrease your perception under those effects. But unfortunately it freezes the time lock, so either the glitch, it fades away with time, which good luck, because you have like a 5% chance of that actually happening, so it's very low. Secondly, I have 255 stim packs. the Cryolator, one of the cooler weapons in the game. Honestly though, my only issue with it is it's extremely rare ammo. And also to get it you need a Locksmith 5. Which granted, it's okay. You can actually, this gun does a lot of damage though, which is really good. But it works like a cryo grenade, only it works as a flamethrower as well. It's a very unique weapon, but definitely one of the coolest weapons early on. A lot of people obviously really wanted it early on, because it's one of the quickest and coolest weapons that you can get. You have to actually go back to the starting point. The game actually intends for you to come back to it, because you can't just level up to level 5 and then just go back and go get it. You have to actually get to a high level to get your locksmith, a lock picking high enough to actually be able to do that. But alright guys, I think that's enough for today's episode. $127 protection, and I have all those other sub-protection things. But it's mainly the high stats here that really matter to me. Because I also want my strength to be at 15, just so I can carry a shitload of items. And melee weapon damage should be intense. I mean, seriously, especially with maximizing my melee damage potential, I could seriously turn somewhat challenging conflicts into rather simplistic ones, and super challenging conflicts into challenging conflicts. Still high risk of dying, but ultimately speaking, and having ridiculous high perception, this just makes the game easy as shit for VATS. Perception is one of those easy stats. Endurance, charisma, intelligence, luck, and agility. And I really wish my luck was at 14 or 15. That would make my job, I don't know, 60 times easier, because I'm all about getting those critical hits. And I think the next upgrade we're going to go for is actually going to be that, I don't know what this, so your silenced weapons do additional 15% sneaking attack damage. I don't know if that's referring to just sneak attacks in general, because those say sneak attack damage. Criticals now do twice as much, or 2.5. Yeah, I think we'll just go for twice as much, because if you think about it on a serious level, if you could double your damage and your damage is 200, you're doing 400 fucking damage. And let's take something into account for a second, just by that standard alone. Let's go for something like the, I don't know, the instigating powerful assault rifle, or sniper rifle. Whenever your target is at full health, whenever your target is at full health, you do double damage for starting the conflict. It's 132 damage, so you're doing 264 damage to the body on your first shot. But if your first shot's a critical hit and you're doing twice the amount of damage, 234 twice is 468. And if it's on the head or a weak spot, you're gonna drain that health so damn quick. You might as well just switch to a pistol, pump 5 shots into them, and then bum rush them with like a melee weapon just to finish them. Because they're basically going to be put out of commission. That's 400 damage. That's a lot of damage. There's not a lot of guns in the game that do 400 damage. Grenades, on the other hand, they're grenades. This grenade does 319 damage. It's definitely important to keep a lot of grenades on hand. Landmines. The Kellogg's pistol says it only does 193, but when you look at it, it's 202. Just like up here, the Deliverer says it's 98, but when you go to examine, it's 103. And I think part of the reason for that is just whatever. But it would be really cool if Sandman actually increased your suppressed weapon damage by 5% for each point. Because let's see what Sandman does. Let me fully max it out. Okay, yeah. So, oh, by the way, as for the instigating sniper rifle, if I'm in a stealth position and I have the maximum upgraded stealth damage, we could be talking about at least 800 damage on a weak spot. That's either an insta-kill completely fuck you, or it's a you totally just wrecked this thing's health bar to like 2 health. If it farts, it dies. Because if I were to really go all out, all I'd have to do is make critical bank do better criticals 2.5. So it's an extra 50%. I mean, still, that's a lot of 50% of 100 or 268. It's a lot of damage, because 50% of that's at least 100 extra damage. On top of the fact you're doing basically twice that damage on a critical. So, I mean, if you really consider that, it's a lot of damage. But here's the best part, is the sneaking part. So if you actually max this out to 50% and get this maxed out to 3.5 on your ranged attacks being sneak attacks, that's multiplying your damage by 3.5 plus 50, which is 0.5. So it's multiplying it by 4 whole percentages. So add 4 plus 2.5. That's 5. That's 6.5 multipliers. Your damage is being multiplied by 6.5. And that's also not considering that when it's on your first shot, it does double damage. So if you do it by just looking at it, and it's 132 multiplied by 6. Okay, yeah, this gun does over 1,000 damage. Let's see if we did our math correctly. So Sandman, that's 50. 3.5, that's 4. So 6.5. Here's what we'll do. $134 times 6.5. That's 827. Alright, that's 871 damage. Now multiply that by 2, that's 1,742 damage. And how, like, oh, why multiply by 2? Well, if your target's at full health, right? But if we do times 2 times 6.5, it's the same exact math equation. If you do it 134 times 2, so even without it being your target at full health with a sneak attack, you're still doing 800 fucking damage. So if you hit a critical hit at the same time on a very weak spot, and then you hit a back-to-back shot on a non-weak spot, you're definitely going to get a kill, like, confirmed, a 2-shot tap. Like, it's confirmed, because you're going to be doing over 2,000 damage at 2 shots. Your first initial shot, and then your second shot. Your second shot's going to do 800 damage while you're sneaking. So what's important to note? The sniper, it's all about your focus. You have better breath control. Knock your target down. Non-automatic scoped weapons gain a 25% accuracy to the headshots. Now, if this was also adding 15 more damage to... or imagine it added 50 damage to the non-scoped automatic rifles, we would be talking about fat damage stats right now. Big fat ones, because adding 50 base damage in this equation, 50 plus 32 or 34, would be 180 something. Maybe even 200. So then we'd be talking about big, fat damage stacks. Well over 2,000 damage on your first shot. Well over that, if that were the case. But unfortunately for us, it's not. It's just accuracy. But there is a good sign. Oh boy. There is still hope. Because... need I say more? Look at this. If we go in here and let's say we take Psycho, I think it is, right? It increases your damage by 25%. Well, 25% of all those multipliers being applied, that's a confirmed kill. That is an easily... 2,000 damage in this game is a confirmed kill. There's not a single weapon in this game that does 2,000 fucking damage. Now, I'm sure maybe you get some crazy melee build going with some insane damage numbers and stats, but, I mean, like, look, bro, the plasma grenade and the nuka grenade, the nuka grenade does 600, this does 300, but apart from those are nades. Like, okay, this two-shot shotgun, 300 fucking damage, 330 or 315 or whatever the number is. 300 times 2, because it's 2 shots, that's 600 damage. So even this is less powerful than that stealth sniper. So that ultimately, guys, that is why I recommend, if you want to do good sniper builds, just really consider it, because honestly they're not bad once you get into late game. Or you just focus all your shit during early game on getting all your like immediate needs. But my character is all about being overpowered. Cause see, when I get 10 in every stat plus all my stat bonuses, I'm gonna have big fat stats, and it's gonna make the game excruciatingly easy, considering that pretty much I'll be able to bypass everything. Just having 10 in every stat, or over 10 in every stat, you're pretty much gonna breeze through most of the game anyway. But considering that I have all these other skills and bonuses applied, I'm gonna breeze 10 times easier. It doesn't mean I'm gonna be invincible though, but when I get all these companion perks and you combine all those into the equation, especially like Preston Garvey's perk and Paladin Dance's perk and to an extent Gage's perk, yeah, you're going to be pretty much over fucking powered. And when you're at this point where I can actually use chems, and I don't, but if I did and I used them to their fullest extent, maybe if I upgraded my armor to be more powerful and stronger, maybe I can get it up to like maybe 180 or 200 protection, and maybe a little bit in the other categories too, and be a little bit more protected. Sure, I might be able to just whoop complete ass and come out unscathed in most conflicts, But if I can resist 60 fucking whole damage, that's a lot. 60 damage is a lot of damage. Like, put it this way, right? So look. So this increases it by 50. Gage's perk will increase it by 10. This will decrease it by, will increase my damage resistance by 30. 30 less damage. So 30 plus 60. That's 90 fucking damage that I'm going to resist from my enemies, dude. This makes my enemies shoot Nerf guns at me. Considering that my protection is 120, whatever it is, it's not bad protection at all, but there is obviously clearly stronger protection. I've seen builds that get up to like 300 even, and they're tanking out. And granted, with all the other perks that they get, they're really tanking out. But me personally, I like having lighter armor sets. Mainly because it's like, it's better on the carry weight. But also, if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 6. If I do 6, and my current strength is at 8, that's 2. So when I get to 10, it'll be 12. I'll have 12 in the strength. That's like an addition. That's like almost 120 added melee damage to all melee weapons. So that makes all my melee weapons, or at least the really shitty ones, really good. Even if I were to upgrade my unarmed attacks as well, which I don't even think that should be a thing. Honestly, I think they should have just made the unarmed attacks with the heavy hit, like with these. But honestly, oh, I also forgot to mention Lady Killer. If my target's a human of the opposite sex, or just a female in general, I will do 5% more damage. When fully upgraded, that's up to 15% more damage, and they're easier to pacify, pursue, and intimidate. Granted, though, it's kind of a useless perk when you really think about it. You really get it for the persuasion factor, really, but also, I guess, it makes combat against female enemies, which are pretty common in the game. It actually makes it really, I don't know, makes them just way too easy to kill. With everything else in mind, it just makes them a breeze, like everything else. But I guess at the same time, I don't know, I don't have Heavy Gunner maxed out, which is unfortunate. And the other thing is, standing still. Also, here's the other thing, Nerd Rage. Here's something we didn't even bring up. When I reach, I gain 40 more damage resistance, and I do 40 more damage while Nerd Rage is in effect. And when my health drops below 20, it procs. The nice thing about that effect is the lower my health, the higher this chance gets. And the thing is, if I had this maxed out, like Ricochet, and it happens decently often, fuck, dude. Lower the health, I had the chance. Dude, I'm gonna be a walking, like, death machine. To the point where enemies aren't even gonna be able to do anything with my high stats. I mean, with all things considered, having high endurance is gonna increase my maximum health anyway. I'm gonna have so much fucking health and health regeneration factors and damage resistance factors to the point where I'm gonna basically be a god amongst men. Basically. I mean, this is what happens when you get into late game. But we'll see, because I have to do a lot of upgrades. Alright, well. Awareness. The awareness thing is a 5% bonus, so if you're going to hit their critical weak spot on a critical hit, you'll also get an additional 5% bonus. This thing is just a feather cap worth of damage, but 5% of like 1,700 is a decent amount. So with this factored in, and if your female is of the opposite sex, which is Lady Killer, but also there's another thing I forgot to take into account. Lone Wanderer. When traveling without a companion, you'll do 25% more damage. So with all things considered, I mean, you can do fat stacks of damage against female enemies to the headshot on a critical hit while being stealthed and traveling alone. It makes the game easy as shit. Apart from that, man, we gotta make our sneak increased. Make it easier to sneak around and stuff. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today. There's a lot of big hopes for the future of this character build here. It's unfortunate because I really wish max level was just... You get your, like... They should have capped off the max level when you get all the perks. But, with that being said, there's still progress to be made because there are still things for me to go for.